Hi everyone, this is Ben from Lights and Gear, and I have a new video for you today. As you can see, we have Nitecore in front of us, the EDC9, which is, as of this taping, Nitecore's latest release. And this is a light of several different unique features, but it's also a relatively simple light as well. So it has some uniqueness, but is not an overly complicated light, if that makes any sense. It's rather simple. Has very simplified UI. So from the box, the main feature of this light is a rotating head, 102 degrees, as you can see, and I don't think that's something they've had up until now. It is not particularly large. It is of the flat variety, and many of the flat lights these days tend to be a little bit on the lengthy side, most around 5 inches, I think, between 4 and 5. This is more towards the 4-inch mark. And down here on the box, you can see 1600 lumens as being the top output, and it also has the MCT, which is for 3 individual color temperature settings. And you can see here that there's a 3000K, a 4500K, and a 6500K. So you have basically, you have a warm, you have a mid temp, and a very cool temp. So you can select from those 3 different color temperatures as well as your outputs. On the side of the box, the basic information here. There's your beam distance at 153. There's your intensities. There's your 2-meter drop resistant rating. Also IPX6 for underwater use. And a little bit of a descriptor here on the back describing some of the main features. It does have a magnetic tail cap and seems to work quite well with that. So let's pop the box, and I did take the liberty of removing the accessories since they're always such a pain to get back in the box once they're out, so I'll show you those in a second. So nestled in its little plastic bed, here is the EDC9, and just over 4 inches long. Here is the USB-C charging cable. There is no battery. Well, I should say there's an internal battery. There's no replaceable battery, so like any of these flat-shaped lights these days, they all have, for the most part, internal batteries to charge. Nothing is removable or replaceable. And so here are your accessories, being the little card here with some codes on them, the UPC codes, and here you have the standard lanyard, I should say, plus the manual, and there's also a safety packet here. Also, as part of the accessory package is this little diffuser. So that was it's kind of a nice addition. So of course you can pop that on the top there, and with the light on you can use it in a diffused manner if you wish, but with it on you can change the color temperature obviously and use the diffuser for whatever you might need a diffuser for. So that's another part of the accessory package. And I'll give you the main outputs. So if you want to take a look here at the neutral, cool white, and warm light settings, and the lumens and beam distance that are associated with each, I tend to like neutral white the best, so that's what basically I have it set at, and the high there is 1450 lumens as they have pre-tested, with the mid level being at 180, the low being 40, and the ultra low at 1. So those are your 4 levels: ultra low, low, medium, and high. And they do give 2 hours and 15 minutes as the run time on high. And on the cool white you do get a little bit of a higher output on high. 1600 lumens is the cool white high, but you know, in most situations you don't really see that much of a difference to the naked eye between 1450 and 1600. If you do, it's rather minimal. But the cool white tends to sometimes make it seem a little bit brighter. That's what you get with it as far as your output is concerned. The features on the light, you have the switch here on the side, which is how you turn the light on and off. So there are no typical buttons for which to activate it or deactivate it. The side switch here turns the light on in its various modes, and it has got a good solid click to it and a good solid lock once you get into that output. So it's not something that is going to slide around in your pocket. So if it is in your pocket and it turns on, I think that's going to be the exception to the rule. So that's how you change the outputs. We'll get to all that in a second. Each time you turn it on, you get the battery indicator here, lighting up in 4 little bars. So you can imagine if you're up to 4, then that usually means it's between 75% and 100% full. When it gets down really, really low to below 20%, it will flash. But having the battery indicator there is nice. And when you plug the USB cable in, which is right here, plug that into charge, and you'll get the flashing bars here indicating what status of charge you're at. So if it's really low, it should only be flashing on 1 bar, and 2 bars if you're a little bit up, and so forth. So it'll let you know when the charge is complete with all 4 being illuminated. And this little button here, I'm not sure if they call it anything other than this. It's the M button, but that is what changes the tint. So, and I'm not sure how we can see this on camera. This is the low mode, by the way. So if I press the M button at this point, it will change the color temperature. Right now it's on warm. This is cool, and this is neutral white. So again, neutral, warm, and cool. Each time you change the button, each time you press the button, it will change the tint. And the way you get to ultra low, because all you get here in the standard selection is low, medium, high. So the way to get to ultra low is to press the button while you move the switch up, and that is ultra low. Now that part of it I'm not that crazy about, because you really need 2 hands to do this. Unless your thumb is like super long, I don't think it's possible to press this and move this at the same time, which is what you have to do. So basically you need 2 thumbs, one to press and one to push. And as I say, I do happen to like moonlight for various situations, but I'm not particularly crazy about using 2 fingers to change it, but that's the way it is. These are the LEDs, which are firmly nestled within the bezel. 2 quad-core MCT, multiple color temperature, UHE LEDs with a maximum output of 1600 lumens. So if you want to pause the video and take a look at that, you can, but those are the LEDs that power the light. So let's move the head and show you that part of it. And again, you'll probably need a thumb and a forefinger to do this. And it's not loose by any stretch of the imagination. It's actually quite stiff to move. So it's going to stay where you put it, in other words, but it moves right forward. And for that, of course, you can stand it up with the magnetic tail cap and use it for different situations. So that's handy with the magnetic base. And as I say, you can move it in any one of these directions and illuminate exactly what you're looking to work with, and either leave it or move it back and change the color temperature along the way. And the pocket clip on the back is extremely sturdy and will certainly hold its own on anything that you want to attach it to inside a pocket or on the peak of a cap or something along those lines. So as I said before, it's a relatively simple light, as you can see from the operation. So let's turn off a light here and take a look at the beam. I will switch it on to the low mode and turn these lights off so we can have a peek at that. So right now we are So here is cool white, and I'm on the low mode right now. This is medium and this is high. So there's high, medium, and low. This is the cool white. Pressing the button will give you warm. So here's the warm beam. And another press. Oh, I stand corrected. That was a neutral white. This is warm. So here we are on warm, here we are on cool, and here we are on neutral. So again, neutral, warm, cool. Here's the neutral, which I do prefer. And again, this is high, this is medium, and this is low. And now we are on moonlight. And moonlight is as you would expect it to be, with a nice soft beam at a nice close range. And again, you can change the color temperature, of course, of any of the outputs. And there's also SOS. And SOS is achievable by pressing and holding the M switch while the light is on. So I'll turn it off, turn it back on low again, and then again pressing the M switch will get you SOS at any time. Let me take it outside and show you some outdoor shots here in the darkness of the night. Hope you enjoyed those night shots. So that's been the general demonstration here of the EDC9 from Nitecore. You can, of course, pick one up and get one on Amazon Prime if you desire, from the link in the description below. And if you have any questions or comments, we can chat about that as well. And it's a simple light to operate, so even if you were giving it to someone who's not quite familiar with LED flashlights, or you think might not appreciate some of the common UIs that come with a lot of lights, this is something that a lot of people, I think, would probably appreciate. And with a swiveling head, again, you can move it to any position within range here and accomplish a various number of tasks and so forth. So that's it for today with the Nitecore EDC9. Questions and comments, let me know. Hope you liked the video, and we will talk to you soon. Take care.